Tonya Eberhart, founder of BrandFace, where we help business stars differentiate themselves, and we do that through personal branding.
Hi, folks. I'm Michael Carr. I'm the COO of BrandFace. I was a client before I became a partner in the company. We're the only comprehensive personal brand building system across the globe. And we like to do these B-bolds here to talk to you about a little bit of business acumen that we hope helped you in your career.
All right, so first thing is today we're going to talk to you about the right moves, not these. but we're going to talk to you about, do you see just the next move, or are you looking at the entire game board and the difference between those, and how does your brand actually affect the game? Okay, so Michael's got the first one.
Yeah, so what we did is identified 3 things that we want you to think about when it comes to whether or not you see the entire board or whether or not you're just playing the game one step at a time, right? And so the first thing, and when you keep these in mind, is keep your eye on the prize, right? You can't really, if all you think about is what I'm going to do today, or even what I'm going to do next week, or what I'm going to do next month, or even what I'm going to do the next 90 days, then that's likely all that you will achieve, right? So part of seeing the entire board is, number one, you have to take those individual steps, because that's going to be very important, obviously, to get from point A to point B. But you also need to be able to see things in certain intervals when you're coming to your business. It's sort of like reverse engineering your goals, right? You've heard us talk about this before, and everybody's heard of it. It's nothing new. You set a goal and say, I want to make $1 million a year. And then, and you know, you got to talk to 10 people to get one deal, and one deal is worth $10,000. Then, you know, you got to have 100 deals to make $1 million. You got to talk to 1,000 people to get the 100 deals. Well, when you think about your brand, right, your personal brand, that is beginning to see the whole board. It's beginning to see a bird's eye view on your career, and not just a deal that you're going to do to make some money. All right. You still have to look at a deal you're going to do to make some money, but you also got to see the whole thing. And when you lay out your brand and you point out what differentiates you, and then you begin to attract those people that are also differentiated or attracted to that differentiation, then you're beginning to reverse engineer your goal. You're just doing it on a broad business scale, and you're able to plant a flag, as we say a lot of times.
Yep, exactly. And it kind of leads into the next one, which is seeing the whole game board instead of just your next move will help you clearly outrun your competitors. And I'll tell you a little story about how this comes to light for me. For a little while, I worked with quite a few car dealers, car dealerships, and helping them put together campaigns to promote and grow their business. And it became clear to me that a lot of them were really focused on 2 things. One, how many deals can I get by the end of the weekend? Number 2, how many deals can I get by the end of the month? The last day of the month. And they lived and breathed by weekends and months. And what that did for them, though, or to them, is, number 1, it made them react to the market instead of being proactive on their own behalf. They were very reactive. And 2, they became a commodity instead of a destination. And I think that goes back to the difference between strategy and tactic. So strategy would be why you do business with someone, their point of differentiation. Why should you come to this dealership, or why should you do business with this real estate agent, or this insurance agent, or this broker? And that is that point of differentiation and the strategy of why you do business with this person. The tactic is why you should do business with them today. And that tactic very often comes down to, what is that call to action? And that's where your promotions, your deals, your discounts, things like that come into play. But that's really only after the fact of why you should do business with them in the first place. What is going to make you go to a restaurant? Think about it this way. So let's say we're going to dinner at a restaurant tonight, and we're trying to figure out, okay, where are we going? Most of the time, you're not going because somebody's lobster's on sale for $2 off, right?
Right.
You're not going to go for that reason. You're going to go because they have the kind that they're the best Mexican food restaurant, you know, and you're just in the mood for Mexican food. and they're fantastic and they have the best, burritos in the whole world, right? Or you're going to go because you're in the mood for Italian food and this is a very authentic Italian family restaurant and that's what they're known for. You're not going to go simply because, most of the time, simply because they have $2 off of an entree. Right. Now, that may tip the scales once in a while. But
especially if they're known for that entree.
That's true. That's true.
Right? If they're known for all the great lobster tail and it's $2 off.
There you go.
That could be that. See, now you're beginning to see the whole board.
That's strategy and tactic.
Right.
So those two things you have to balance. And it became clear to me that the car dealers that I worked with during that time, 99% of them could not grasp that. They did not have a long-term strategy and true point of differentiation that if you asked them that, they would say, oh, well, yeah, we've got this particular manufacturer has a $500 rebate this month. Or we've got this new product, this new line of cars coming in, this new model coming in, fresh off the assembly line. And those are hot right now. And that's what we've got. So no, those are tactical things. That's right. Not why do business with you. That's why you should do business with them today. That's a product driven and a tactical thing. So what we're trying to say with that is most of those people have skipped that point of differentiation. But if you keep that point of differentiation and clear focus, you're going to outrun your competitors because it's the one thing that will make you a destination instead of a deal.
Mm-hmm. And that segues into the third reason why, which is it's the only way that you can grow. Like I was telling Tonya earlier when we were talking about it, I'm like, you can't save yourself to wealth. It doesn't work that way, right? You can't just grow on deal after deal after deal. You don't really start growing until deals start making deals. Okay. And that's what your brand does for you. That doesn't exist before personal branding was invented. And then before we brought personal branding to the forefront, right? To say, you know what, this really is the most important thing, because you have, if you are just out there looking for the deal and working the deal that you have, that's very good. Number one, you have to do that, right? So we start from a ground level. We never forget that the client is the reason that we're there. So I'm not telling you not to work deals. Obviously, you want to work deals, but you will also want something out there like a soldier that is outside of you, of your peripheral, that is working deals for you, also bringing you the next potential deal. That's the big up. That's what makes it grow exponentially. And then when you're standing for a brand and a personal brand, then that personal brand carries through to those clients, right? If you're building a team, it carries through to those team members. And then from the team members, it carries on to the clients. And so what you're looking for is loyalty, and you're looking for satisfied clients. You want both. Well, you know that when they're passing your branded materials on to their friends, right? But if you're just looking at it deal after deal after deal, or even if you're looking at it just to the point to say, okay, it's a 90-day paycheck and I got to really work this, then you're missing the point of those days inside the gaps, right? And you want those days to be just as productive as every other day. That's what your brand does. That's seeing the entire game board and then the intervals in between the start and your end goal win. So
to recap this for you guys, all of this comes down to your brand. The reason you want to see the entire game board instead of just your next move is, number one, it'll help you keep your eye on the prize. Number two, it'll help you outrun your competitors. And three, it's really the only way that you can grow. Differentiate yourself, start today. So I'm going to invite you guys, if you are a business owner or entrepreneur, I want you to head to a new Facebook group we just started called Build Your Business Star Brand. Build Your Business Star Brand. And if you are a real estate professional, go to Build Your Real Estate Brand. You're going to find access and content in those two groups that you won't find anywhere else.
Yep. And hey, no matter what genre of business you're in, folks, if you're hearing brand, personal brand, the buzz of personal brand, we're hearing it all over the place now. A lot of people touting personal brand and the importance of personal brand. If you think you have one, if you don't know if you have one, if you want to know about one, if you've never heard of one, if you just want to talk about it, you can reach out to us. DiscussYourBrand.com. Go to DiscussYourBrand.com. com, and you can book a free 30-minute session with our staff, and we'll be glad to get you headed down the right road or help you out even if you already are headed down that personal brand road. Either way, folks, get started. Today's the day. Move towards that personal brand and differentiation.
Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it very much, and I'll let you do your signature close.
Yeah, absolutely, folks. It's all about the abundant life, and we're talking about not just money, right? We're talking about prosperity. We're talking about happiness, health, and making plenty of money and making a lot of happy clients, right? And we know that in that abundant life, prosperity favors the bold. So we say, be bold, folks, especially with your brand. And thank you, Ms. Tonya.
Thank you. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Have a great day.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.